Okay. Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Jean Forrest, and I'm an independent consultant and an executive national vice president with Arbonne. And first, you guys, I just wanted to thank all of you for coming today. I am so excited for all the people that came out today from all over, and some of you guys had really long drives. So just thank you so much for coming. If you're a guest or you're a new consultant wondering where I fit into this whole thing, I am Jean Forrest's sponsor, and she also happens to be my sister-in-law. She's married to my younger brother, Chris. And I'm so proud to be here today to celebrate her as a new National Vice President. And you will be hearing from Jean in just a few minutes. I can't wait for you to hear her incredible story. I'm so completely and utterly blessed by Jean and that we get to do this business together. It has been such a joy to watch her grow her business and blossom into a servant leader. I'd like to take a second and just recognize all the VPs that are in the room today. So if you would all please stand. We also have our upline and VP, Tracy Schutz, here. And we have our upline and VP, Mindy Preddy. So Mindy will come up in a little bit. She's going to share about this amazing opportunity. But really, I just want to thank you all for your support. I know Jean appreciates all of you guys being here today. So we have an exciting, fun, and inspirational day planned for you guys. At the end, we will be raffling off over $1,500 in the best products for you. And a portion of those proceeds are Jean is donating to Calvary Disaster Relief. So I hope you guys all got your tickets. So I'm just so excited to be up here again celebrating another National Vice President on our team. This team is on fire for helping others, and I couldn't be more proud. There's room for everyone at the top. So I have a big favor to ask. Please make sure to smile at the speakers today when they come up, because it isn't easy to get up here, especially in front of a large crowd like this. It's a little nerve-wracking, and I know they'd much rather be making protein shakes or green apple fizzies for you all to try. But nerves aside, I do know Jean is excited to share her story with all of you. So I'm going to introduce her in a minute, but we are here today because Jean has promoted to the tippy top level of this company, which is such a huge achievement and is a testament to all of her hard work. So let's give it up for Jean and her amazing team. This promotion, you guys, is an incredible milestone in her business. And what I love about Arbonne is that this opportunity is here for anyone that wants it. So we've all had quite different journeys, and Jean and her team have impacted and changed so many lives just by sharing this gift of Arbonne. I'm especially impressed with Jean as she's built her business with integrity, and she has a huge heart for helping her team and others. She is living proof to you that this is possible for anyone who has the desire to make a change and work towards that goal. So let's get this party started. I said yes 4.5 years ago, and Jean was the very first consultant to join me. I knew from the beginning that I wanted her on my team, and she was #1 on my dream team list. And I knew that she would eventually join my team, but at first I was just talking to her about the 30-day cleanse. I was having amazing results immediately, and I was feeling so good, and I wanted her to feel the same way I did. I couldn't help myself. I was talking nonstop about the program. She finally caved and joined my team about 4 months later. I remember we were sitting in her living room on her couch, and she said, okay, she signed up, and she goes, I just want to do this business for the commission. I don't want to grow a team. And I'm like, okay, that lasted for about a second. So Jean promoted to district manager, which is our first level of management, in 2 months. She promoted to the second level area manager 4 months later, and regional vice president in 16 months. This is the third level, and where you get your Mercedes-Benz paid for by Arbonne. And now she's at the fourth and final level national vice president. I've watched Jean grow into an amazing leader and have seen her confidence soar. She had such a fear of public speaking, but I watched her share a story at Impact Training a couple months ago, and I was blown away by her confidence and how far she's come. I remember at the beginning we were both saying how we didn't want to be MVPs because we didn't want to speak all the time. But obviously we had other plans. I love this business because we get to choose who we work with, and it's been amazing to work with family and be able to vacation together. Jean, I'm so proud of you, and I'm blessed to be on this journey with you. Thank you for being a servant leader, a hope dealer, a life changer, and a difference maker. And thank you for inspiring me to be a better leader. I waited for this day for a very long time, and I couldn't be more happy for you, Chris, and the boys, Travis and Bo, on their iPads. You have led from the front, and you are proof for your team that this business works. This is just the beginning of an amazing journey for you, and I'm so excited to watch you grow even more, and I can't wait for you to come to Maui in January for your first MVP leadership meeting. So, without further ado, please rise and help me welcome to the stage brand new National Vice President Jean Forrest.
Thank you guys so much for coming today. Hi, baby. I have been waiting for this day for so long, and I'm just so excited and I'm so honored to share my journey with all of you here today. And I hope that I can inspire all of you in this room to dream bigger and go after what you want in life. I started my journey with Arbonne 4 years ago. But like Michelle said, when I was first asked to join this business, I'm not going to lie, I said no way. I was very skeptical. I never saw myself doing one of those things. And I absolutely had no interest in doing parties, like no interest. Because yes, at the time, I had a fear of what will people think of me if I do this kind of business. I was stubborn, I had a wall up, and I had a preconceived notion of what I thought this type of business was. But boy, was I ever wrong. And the only thing stopping me in my tracks at that time, and the reason that I kept saying no, was myself. A few years prior to this time in my life, I worked a full-time job at a logistics company, and I enjoyed what I did. I loved the people I worked with, and I made a six-figure income. But I also worked 10 plus hours per day. And there were even days I would go into work in the morning and it was dark outside. And I would come home from work and it was dark outside. And I just kept thinking to myself, gosh, there's got to be something more out of life than sitting behind this desk all day long just to make enough money to pay off my bills and my debt. How is this my life? I'm not really living the life that I love, sitting behind this desk for 50 plus hours a week for the next 50 years. So when my husband and I decided to start a family, I think that's when it hit me hard. And I was slapped in the face with the reality that this corporate job was sucking away my time freedom from living the life that I wanted. And having to wake up and drop my 6-month-old baby off at daycare, work those 10 plus hours out of the day, go pick him up, feed him, bathe him, and now it's bedtime. I was completely missing out on his life now. And I missed a lot of his firsts in life, and it was killing me inside. This was not what I have envisioned for my life. I had always dreamed of being a mom one day and having babies, and I couldn't wait for that day to come. But never did I dream that I would have to drop him off at daycare for somebody else to raise him. So after a year of what felt like torture, because this job was sucking away my dream of being a mom to my own children, my husband and I decided it was time for me to quit my job, cut back, and make it work somehow off of his teacher's salary. So we did that for a few years, and as time went on, our savings got less and less. And I knew that when the kids were old enough to go to school, that I would need to go back into the workforce to start helping out financially again. So here I was, I'm now a stay-at-home mom, and I'm loving every minute of their precious little lives, but the money is now gone and we are living paycheck to paycheck to paycheck. We had no money to go on vacations, we had no money to save for college, and we definitely were not prepared for impact. God forbid anything should ever happen. And with the recent families who lost everything in the fires or who have experienced hardships because of the tragedies in their family, I am reminded again about that question, are you prepared for impact? So what Michelle didn't realize at the time when she had asked me to join Arbonne was that I was praying to God for something to come along where I can contribute financially and not lose my time freedom, but also not lose my time freedom with my family. But I didn't want to have to go back to a job where I only had 2 weeks out of the year to go on vacation with my family, or had to ask for time off for the holidays, or even feel guilty calling in sick to take care of my babies when they got sick. But what kind of job out there could give me that time freedom and financial freedom? So after 4 months of Michelle asking me to join the business, which I still was not 100% on board to do, she did convince my husband and I to do the 30 Days to Healthy Living Challenge. So fast forward a month, not only did I lose 14 pounds that month, my allergies were no longer existent. I had more energy than I've had in years. My blood work was the best it had ever been, and I was sleeping through the night for the first time in I don't even know how long, years. And I thought to myself, you know what, instead of telling yourself that this isn't going to work, what if you wake up every single day and you start telling yourself, but what if it does? What if this is the answer to your prayers? And it was, you guys, it totally was. So that day I decided that I was gonna go all in, and I was not only going to change my life, but change the lives of others. I gave myself 3 years to build this business to try and make it to the VP level, so that I didn't have to go back to work when the boys were in school full time. I ended up promoting to regional vice president level in 16 months, which was awesome, and just a few months later, I promoted my first regional vice president, Jennifer Beacons, who also went region in 16 months. And in June of this year, I promoted my second regional vice president direct to me, Rachel Duda. There you are together. And she also did it in 16 months. So not knowing if my team still had anything left in them because of the amazing month that we just had promoting Rachel, we still had 1 more month to finish this up to Go Nation. But on the night before close night, I went to bed and we were still 38,000 away from promoting. I woke up the next morning, this is where I'm gonna start crying, to a slew of text messages from my amazing team. Good morning, we're going nation today. Good morning, are you ready to become a nation? That's when I knew we were going to make sure that we got this done, and sure enough, my team and I did the 38,000 that we needed to do on the last day of the month, and we became a brand new nation. I'm so grateful that I trusted the path that God put me on and didn't let the influence of other people's negativity stop me from doing something that just felt right. And I truly believe if you are sitting in this room today, it's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. He has a plan for you too. To my team, oh goodness. God wasn't done for me talking about it. Thank you, Lord. Okay, there's a rumble now, okay. To my team, I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. Each and every one of you inspire me in ways that you probably will never know. I would not be standing here today without you. It takes a village, and the teamwork makes the dream work, right? And that's what I love about this business. We all want the best for one another, and we lock arms and we help each other succeed. My #1 goal since I've started this business has been to help others, to help people dream again, to help them see that they are worth more than the 9-to-5 grind, and that they have options to live the life that they've always dreamed of, whatever that may be. To change lives with this business. I as one person may not be able to change the world, but I can most certainly can change the world for one person, which is why I decided to name our nation Be the Change. Be the change you wish to see in the world. I want to be the change in my teens' lives, and they most certainly have been the change in mine. Thank you for having the courage to say yes and start dreaming again. I love you all so, so much. To my family who is here today, right over here at this table and over at this table, thank you guys so much for traveling out here today to celebrate this milestone. And thank you for being supportive and understanding in this adventure that I have fallen in love with. I just want you to know how much your support has meant to me over the last few years as I have built and I continue to build this incredible business. This business has not only been a vehicle to allow me to give back more and help others change their life for the better in ways that they never imagined, but it's also the vehicle to help my family and I live out our dreams and goals. I get to work from home, and I get to pick and choose my hours and not work for somebody else's dreams. I get to work for my own. And Chris gets to work less hours now and is home more and gets to spend quality time with all of us. So thank you for your continued support. I love each and every one of you. All right, boys, time to put the iPads down. Thank you. Just kidding. Okay, to my sweet babies, Travis and Bo. Mommy is so proud of the young gentleman that you are becoming. Bobo, hi, I'm talking to you. I'm so proud of you. Anybody else feel me? Okay, yeah. All right. He doesn't know what to do.
He's hiding it.
Oh, he is? Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, thank you for getting excited when Mommy brings you to our Discover Arbonne meetings and for helping me around the house for our fun events that we have. I love you, and I can't wait to take you on more Arbonne trips around the world. And I have a little something for you guys if you want to come up really quick.
Hey.
Come here, Trav.
Bubba. Hey, Trav.
Yeah, hold on, let's get let
Can you guys? Trav.
Can you hug mommy?
a little picture. Hello. Okay, why don't you guys open it? You show off? Yes, you can wear that to school on Monday.
I don't want that. And to my husband, Chris, thank you for standing by my side, supporting me throughout this whole journey, and also joining my team. I'm happy, that's why I'm crying, happy tears. You truly are such a blessing from God, and I don't know what I would do without you. This man, you guys, has had my back through thick and thin and will stop at nothing to support me. I am the luckiest woman on earth to spend the rest of my life with you by my side. You are my happiness. And with that being said, I'd like to welcome my husband, Chris, up here to share a few words with you guys. Mommy's awesome.
Oh, and I got you a gift, too.
Go wipe your face.
Love you.
Mommy, Daddy, look, they have white macadamia nut cookies.
Good Good morning, everybody. Thank you. Good afternoon now. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming. This is obviously not about me. I normally, this is awkward for me. A bunch of pretty ladies in the room, they're all looking at me right now. It's kind of uncomfortable. Sorry, babe. You're the prettiest.
They all use Arbonne.
It's the Arbonne thing.
Cookie.
You want to stand with me?
Yeah, sure.
Mocha, where are you? So this might be a recurring theme, but just want to thank God for everything. We wouldn't be here. I don't even know if I'd even be with Jean if it wasn't for God coming into our lives. We owe all to Him, so praise Him. Thank you.
Bubba, come here.
First thing I want to say is just how proud I am of my wife. This past month and a half, well, let's just call it 2 years, has been hard. Because when she says support her, I've been there, digging the trenches in front of her path to help her get there. And I know that there's a golden ticket at the end. And this is the golden ticket, this celebration right here. And I never write notes. I always speak from my heart, so this is awkward for me as well. I just want to say I'm proud of you for how far you've come, how hard you've worked, how committed to your team you are, and to the others that you're helping. I can see the goodness in your heart every time you have a phone call with one of your clients, and just how hard you have to think about how you're going to help someone get to that next level on your team. And I don't think everyone on your team realizes just what a big heart you do have and how hard you do work and how hard you care, or how much you care about them getting to that next level. And everybody on our team is going to get there.
Yes.
Yes! So, babe, really proud of you. You're an amazing woman. I'm also thankful to Arbonne and how it's changed our lives. Obviously, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Michelle bugging and bugging, saying, you guys gotta do it. We're like, let's do it, and we've never turned back since, so praise you, thank you for that. Because look at us. Look at us now, right? I'll never forget when Michelle rolled up in her Mercedes. If you knew the history and what she had before that. It was a big day. Not just for her, but for Mike and for Jean and I and the boys. Everybody was so happy for her. Arbonne's brought us out of darkness and into the light of the world, to be honest. With the exception of these boys being a light in our world, Arbonne has really opened it up for us. And it's just been an amazing journey ever since Jean mostly said yes. It feels good giving back to society and giving back to the people that we help. I know that there's some people in the room that things have changed their lives since we've just said, hey, we want to try this 30-day healthy living thing. And they've been thankful, and we keep getting thanks in emails and whatnot, and referring customers, and it's an amazing thing. As far as the business side, like Jean was saying, it really did bring us out of a financial hole. It's really cool how she just shared her story and how just the business started coming. She shared her story and more people started coming. And people saw the light of Arbonne and said, hey, what do I do to be a part of it? And there's really nothing. You just sign up and pay a couple bucks and you're in, and all you gotta do is start sharing your story, and it just kind of develops from there. I'm on my way to becoming a district manager. I'm not on that Lightspeed path this month, hopefully. I'm not on that Lightspeed path, but I know that I'm getting tired of my job as a special ed teacher, and I know I got to start putting more focus into it, and I know it's going to happen because everybody wants to change their lives in some way or the other, and most people start with the health side. And even though there's a skincare line that I feel like has reversed my crow's feet, because I've been using it for a couple of years now, and I remember my brother was making fun of me. He's like, dude, you got crow's feet. And I'm like, look at yours, dude, you're 7 years older. And I honestly think they're reversing, and that's just in addition to the health side. But with Arbonne, I never guessed this would happen to us. It's cool that we don't live paycheck to paycheck anymore. We're actually investing in college. We're giving to our church monthly, which feels really good. We're finally able to fix up our home slowly but surely. We're building a savings account. Have to admit, it's pretty nice driving around a Mercedes. They drive really nice. I know some of you have them, but if you don't, they drive really nice. I was fooled into thinking I hit my bonus this month, but I did earn my canisters. And so, just had to say that out loud. If you can make the business work for you, actually, it's not even a question. You can, and that's the whole thing. Is it's not something where it's out of the ordinary. It's not being a salesperson. It's just sharing your story, and the business will come. You just gotta stay persistent, plug away at it. And lastly, thank you to everyone on Jean's team for believing in her and for supporting her. She would not be here without you. So I recognize that. Believe me when I tell you, she recognizes that, and she wants every one of you to be there at some point. So thank you. I think that's everything.
Okay, so I have asked my rock star upline, Mindy Preddy, to come up and share a few words about this incredible business. Mindy is an executive national vice president who started her Arbonne journey 7 years ago. She is number 26 in the top income earners in all of Arbonne. Mindy has built a huge team of leaders, promoting now 35 since last night, vice presidents in her success line. 7 of them are national vice presidents. She is a member of our leadership council, has won multiple awards, one of the most prestigious awards being a $1 Million Achiever in monthly team sales. Please help me give a warm welcome to this Boss Babe Executive National Vice President, Mindy Preddy.
Thank you. Gosh, Jean, I'm so inspired by your team. You guys are amazing rock stars, but Chris, I want to let you know I earned those canisters too. Just saying. I haven't earned the car yet, but the canisters are pretty cool. So I want to let you guys know about 7 years ago, I heard from my friend Tracy Schutz over there a lot about this opportunity that you guys are going to hear about right now. And when she told me about the top level of Arbonne and all that could happen if you were a VP and an MVP, I actually didn't believe her at first. I thought that the top level of Arbonne was for maybe lucky people, or maybe people who are super charismatic or rock star, or maybe they have this huge social media following, and that was not me. But I learned pretty early on that Arbonne is an even playing field for anybody, and that if you work hard, you can make it to the top, and anybody can do that. So I'd like to say that Jean and I are proof to you guys, if we can make it to the top of Arbonne, it's for anybody. So I wanted to share with you guys a couple of really important statistics before we get into this. I had just learned this last month, and it was really eye-opening. So 76% of Americans are totally stressed out at their job right now. And 85% are stressed out, and they also think that they deserve a pay raise. Middle America is struggling, and for the first time ever, college debt has exceeded credit card debt. Health insurance costs are on the rise because obesity is at the all-time high, and so guess what? Health insurance is eating up everybody's paycheck. So this is why I'm so passionate about sharing the opportunity today, because Arbonne is at that sweet spot. We're at that intersection for everybody, for opportunity and for health and wellness trends. So I have to say, just like Jean, the majority of people who hear about this business, they first say no to the opportunity because they just don't know enough, or they think they're too busy, or they don't know what a legitimate network marketing company looks like. Some people think this might be one of those pyramid scheme things. Other people, they just don't believe in themselves, or they think, there's no way I can do that. And I have to say, you guys, the most expensive thing you can own is a closed mind. So thank you so much for being here. You obviously have an open mind to hear more and an open heart, and I'm really excited to share with you more of my favorite things about Arbonne. So a little bit of my backstory. So a lot of you guys don't know this. I haven't shared this with most people, but I actually started out scooping ice cream at Baskin-Robbins. And I did get tendinitis in my wrist doing that. A health and wellness coach in Baskin-Robbins, I guess it doesn't really go well together, but I've always had a sweet tooth. But I was a nanny. I also babysat a lot, and I worked in a Hallmark store. But in high school, I had decided I was going to be a dental hygienist, and I had learned that being successful had a lot to do with getting good grades, going to a good college, graduating, and getting a job where you made 6 figures. So that's what I did, and I graduated super proud from USC School of Dentistry in '97. So I started working as a new dental hygienist. I was actually really proud of my profession. I loved helping people. I had an amazing boss, but what I didn't account for was the back and neck pain that I had associated with that kind of a job. And I also didn't understand the lack of time freedom that comes when you're working for somebody else. And my dream, like Jean all along, was to be a home mom. And that wasn't gonna happen also working for somebody else. So shortly after that, I got married, I had kids. I was able to be a stay-at-home mom for a little bit, but as my kids got closer to school age, I felt that pressure. I needed to financially help out my husband. So I was actually having nightmares about leaving my kids, going back to work, and Tracy came into my life, and she was an answer to my prayers that she didn't even know I was looking. So I also don't believe in coincidence at all. It was perfect timing when I started the 30 Days to Healthy Living program. Has anybody heard of that before? Who's tried our protein shakes in here? They're amazing. They changed my life, and they taste good. So I had awesome results, and I was sharing the clean eating program with everybody I knew, and I really just wanted them to feel as great as I felt. And so I was referring so much business to my friend that the light bulb kind of went off. Like, geez, if I could do this without trying to build a business, like, what would actually happen if I tried? So Tracy came over and she shared more about the business with me, and I kind of I got it, but I had a little ego that I needed to move to the side because I thought, I could never talk in front of people. I don't want to be a sales girl. What will people think of me if I do something like that? But I realized, you guys, I was just uneducated, and I jumped in with both feet. And I started sharing the program and the business with everyone I knew. And from there, my life has completely changed so drastically. I get to be a stay-at-home mom now. I get to work my job into the nooks and crannies of my day and help so many people, limitless number of people. So it took about a year for me to earn that white Mercedes. But this was a great place in my life because I was able to pass up that 6-figure income as a dental hygienist. And my plan B officially became my plan A. And the day I gave away my dental scrubs was so awesome because I realized that I didn't ever have to have a boss again. And I could be my own boss, and I could be home with my kids. So in this business, you guys, there's no way to fail unless you quit or give up. So from here, I wanted to share with you guys my top favorite 10 things about the Arbonne opportunity. The first one is the products. And if you guys haven't tried the products, you gotta get your hands on the products. Because if you wash your face or your hair, or if you take a bath, even if it's just a couple times, if you drink protein shakes or take, vitamins, you guys are definitely going to want to try our products. And what's great is they're consumable, so they run out and people reorder. Genius, right? So we're also a global business. We're in 6 countries now. So it's not who you know, but I definitely guarantee you guys know somebody in those countries, and you can build your business beyond just this town or state or the country and beyond into many places that you could have never imagined. Our compensation plan is super, super generous, and you guys get to decide your pace in this business. We don't get paid for recruiting. We get paid for helping people and for moving products through our team. So I started off with just a little goal. I wanted a new couch in my family room. Some people want to pay for a car payment or a house payment or private school. Whatever it might be for you, Arbonne can help you get there, and you can get paid right away. Every week now in our business, you guys can get paid, so I love that. And for $49, you guys can start a global business. So there's 4 levels in Arbonne, and I just wanted to share with you guys the monthly income, so that you guys can kind of see where you might fit into that. So the first level is district manager, and we like to teach people to get there just 1 to 2 months. And you guys can make $200 to $1,000 a month and up. The second level is area manager, and at this level we say you're smelling the leather or the fake leather, because you're only 1 step away from that free Mercedes. But you can make between $1,000 and $4,000 up every month, and the average is about 3 months to get there. The third level is regional vice president, and at this level, people are replacing their 6-figure income and making between $4,000 and $14,000 plus every month. So like Jean said, we now have 35 people on my team who've earned this white Mercedes, which is pretty cool, you guys, because it's not really about the car. The car is really nice, but the car represents so many thousands of lives changed, and so it kind of becomes like a trophy of ours. I know Jenny, who's sitting up here in the front row, she didn't care about the car. She comes from a GM family. It was kind of taboo to drive a Mercedes, but you like your car, right?
It drives really well.
Yeah, she must like it because she's on her 2nd car. I'm on my 3rd. I like to lease them because then I need a new one every couple of years, right? So at the national vice president, where Jean and 7 others on my team are now at, the average is $22,000 a month and up. And there's no limit to that, you guys. And this, like we said, is for anybody. I remember when I first heard about I didn't believe it. But I'm just saying, believe it. So what if you're here, you guys, and you already make 6-figure income, or you're a doctor, or you're a lawyer, you have a really respectable career, and you might feel stuck because you might not have any time freedom, but you might have some financial freedom. So I'm just telling you guys, it's not just possible, it's probable. You can do this working from home in the nooks and crannies of your day. One other thing I feel is important is asset income. And I think many of us know that we should be building asset income if we ever want to retire, right? But unfortunately, because middle America is struggling, it's hard to build asset income when you don't have that money to invest, right? Maybe in real estate or maybe in the finance market. But with Arbonne, you can build asset income, and this is how we do it. And network marketing is the fastest growing industry in the world right now. So with asset income, we teach, let's say you guys work 10 hours a week, and you teach and train 4 other people to work 10 hours a week. So now you're getting paid for 50 hours a week for only working 10 hours. Does that make sense? What if you taught 50 people? What if you taught 500 people? What if you taught 5,000 people, right? So this is what actually kept me awake at night when I realized, holy moly, like this could be big and this could be good. So what if you have no time? If you guys have 10 hours in your week to invest in a business like this, I promise your life can look completely different. And not only your life, but the life of so many other people on your team. So number 4, you can will your business. If something were to happen to you, your family, or whoever you choose to, continues to get your Arbonne paycheck from area manager and above. That's because you still have team working. This is amazing. I've never heard of any other company doing this. So that's why, if you've ever heard us speak in Arbonne and we talk about leaving a legacy, that's what we're talking about. Number 5, the gifts and the recognition. So my mentor always told me that people work harder for praises than they do for raises. And it's so true. One of my favorite things is to be spoiled. I love being spoiled. Thank you for spoiling me so good. But I also love spoiling my team even more. Some of the things, you guys, that we get in Arbonne, I've never heard of those brands before, but now I know all about them. The salespeople at those stores kind of know us by name now. We love to spoil our team. Number 6, you get to pick when and where you work your business in the nooks and crannies of your day, from your smartphone and from anywhere in the world. And for me, it never really feels like work because I love so much what I do. You can do Arbonne to stay home with your kids if you have them, but oftentimes there's days that I do my Arbonne to get away, because it's great to have that balance, right? So I know many people don't have kids. You guys, we have people on our team anywhere from 18 to 80 years old in management. We have somebody on my team right now who's in qualification for area manager, and he's 80 years old. So this is for anyone, you guys. You have the time freedom and financial freedom to choose how are you going to use this business. And we call it a vehicle. How are you going to use this vehicle to better your life? The free trips. So today, we just learned that the next trip is to Punta Cana in the Dominican, to the Hard Rock. So every year we can earn free trips into Arbonne, usually somewhere totally warm and toes in the sand and umbrellas and Mai Tais, right? Or fizzy teenies. My family never really has to plan any trips anymore because Arbonne plans them for us. And we've been so many places and we've created so many memories in my family, and I bring them if they behave sometimes. But we get to bring team with us. And we had, gosh, I don't know, 30, 20 something on our team last year who earned. So right now we're earning our way to Punta Cana, and it's for anybody. Even if you guys started today, you can earn that because it's not just for the top level. So my 3 favorite things about Arbonne. Number 1 is the people, because the people in Arbonne that you surround yourself make you a better person, a better leader. And I think you guys got a little touch of that from Jean's story. World-class people that make me better. And I'm so thankful for you guys because many of you are actually in this room today. 2 is personal growth. I've learned that just because you're afraid of something doesn't mean you can't do it. I've learned about speaking life over people, about speaking life over others, and about the power of tongue. You guys, Shelby will attest. She's sitting over there by the fireplace. She saw me 7 years ago speak in front of people. You guys, public speaking was my all-time biggest fear ever. It actually still is. It keeps me up the night before. But I've learned that I can do it anyway. And just because I'm afraid, I do it anyway. So I tell myself I'm excited instead of I'm nervous, and that seems to work out a little bit. So the 3rd is the choices and the opportunity to give back. I feel like we were all born with a purpose and with a calling. And I think sometimes we get so busy, we forget what that can be and what kind of gift that we can give to other people. I know I told you guys I started out wanting a new couch for my family room. That happened pretty quick. And then I was able to cover the mortgage, and then my family actually lives completely debt-free now. And at 40 years old, I was even able to pay off our home, which is kind of hard to do in this area, agree? So taking the pressure off of my husband and just seeing him like, wow, like breathe again. You know, that was one of the biggest gifts that I think I was able to give my family. So like I said, something starts to happen when your needs are met and you can dream again and give back in ways that you might have forgotten about or in ways that you never were able to do before. So just the past couple years in Arbonne, my team has been able to build 6 homes in Haiti, given back to some of our favorite local charities. We've helped people adopt and help people with foster kids. We've also helped recently with some pretty severe medical needs on our team. But just last month, in just probably an hours of time, we were able to raise $100,000 for 12 high-risk orphans in Zambia to give them a home and a hope in future and a house mom. And these kids who get an education are able, they're the ones who become the doctors and the lawyers and the teachers and the ministers and become anything they want to where they live. And because of the VPs on this team, we were able to help with that. So we dream together as a team, which is so fun. So we say, like, what is your dream and what could you do if you had the time and freedom to think more about how you can give back? So I'm also passionate about helping people get discontent because some people hear this opportunity and they say, you know what, maybe I don't need any more finances. So I say, what if you could get discontent so that you can help others in this world who would never have that opportunity to make their life look different if it wasn't for you? So we say, make your life a statement. I'm so grateful and I'm so blessed this opportunity was given to me. I'm so glad I didn't say no, because I never have Sunday night blues anymore. And I don't know if that's a big one for you, if there's any guests in the room, but that was a pretty serious Sunday night blue fever I would get. And now my commute is pretty awesome because it's about 10 seconds long from my bed to my favorite chair or sofa with my smartphone. So really my goal, you guys, is just to give this to anybody else who's open to it. Actually feel, being at the top of Arbonne, we have a responsibility to share this gift with anybody. So we learn how to get over ourselves and share, because there was somebody who might have been praying last night who's looking for an opportunity and who's here today and who really needs it. So I wanted to close with this. A few tips from my mentor, Cecilia Stoll, who lives in Oklahoma. She says, even though in the beginning we spend time and money to build this business, with one paycheck, you can pay off all of your bills and have plenty left over. If you don't quit before payday, you will make it. Courage is not the absence of fear, but it's the willingness to do what you're afraid to do. If you think you will succeed, or if you think you will fail, you're actually right. If you work your Arbonne business with integrity, it will be blessed. And if you don't quit before payday, you'll make it. And the mountain you are climbing sometimes feels a little bit high and rocky, but the view from the top is absolutely breathtaking. So this is one of the biggest questions I get. What are my chances of being successful in Arbonne? And I have the answer for you. We all have the same opportunity. We all have the same products. And we all have the same company. So the factor is actually you. Would you bet on you? So let's all say that we are going to make the rest of our life the best of our life, starting today. Jean, I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of your team. And I know without a doubt in my mind that you're going to be promoting so many national vice presidents super soon and beyond. So thank you for having me.
Who feels inspired?
Okay, everybody say cheese really quick. Okay, I just wanted to quit. Okay, so now we're gonna do a little team recognition. A little spoiling, that's right. My favorite part about this business. Oh my gosh, okay. So when I call you up from my team, if you guys can just stand in front here so we can get a picture for each group, I would love that. So if you are a consultant at the consultant level on my team, we'd love to recognize you. Can you guys just come up and get a flower? Okay, so our first level of management is district manager. If you can get to district, then you can go all the way to the top of this company, you guys, because you just teach and train other people to do exactly what you just did. So if you are a district manager on my team, can you please come on up for a picture and a little gift from me to you? Okay, so our next level of management is area manager, and this is one step away from regional vice president and getting their car, so we like to say that they're smelling the leather at this level. So if you are an area manager on my team, please come on up. Okay, our next level, Okay, so our next level of management is regional vice president level, and at this level, a lot of people retire because they're making their six-figure income. So I would like to call up my two regional vice presidents, Jennifer Beacons and Rachel Duda. I know I had that sign made for you guys. So stay here, girls. Hold on one second. Just want to say a little something about these two girls. Jennifer Beacons and I went to high school together. We lost touch, but then we reconnected on Facebook 20 years later. She saw me posting about my journey through our clean eating challenge, and she reached out, and the rest is history. She was my second consultant to ever join my team. She was extremely coachable and literally crushed any goal I gave her. She's always keeping me on my toes, which I love. She is seriously my rock in this business, and I seriously don't know what I would do without her. She is one of the most selfless, kind-hearted, giving people that I know, and she works this business with integrity, all the right intentions, and with the servant's heart. You inspire me every day, Jen, and I love you so much, and I know that we will be celebrating your promotion to nation soon. I couldn't have asked for a more perfect friend and business partner than you. So I love you. Okay. To my Rachel Duda, my ride or die, my person. So Rachel actually said no to me for a year, but that's okay, because I always knew deep down that one day she would say yes, and I knew when she did, she would soar straight to the top of this company. There's just something about this girl. She's got grit, yet she is so kind and understanding and always willing to help others no matter what the circumstance is. Her heart to do the right thing in this world and make a difference in others is just in her blood. She has been the most coachable person on my team, and my life just wouldn't be the same without you in it, Rach. I am so grateful God knew what he was doing when he put you in my life. I love you, I love our friendship, and I know MVP is calling your name. Okay, and now I would like to recognize my upline, my sponsor, and my sister-in-law, Michelle. You can come out, yeah. Yeah. So thank you for never giving up on me. Even when I said no, you believed in me before I ever did. And I will forever be grateful for that. And I know you and I have been on quite a wild ride on this journey together, a ride that real sisters go through, and one that I wouldn't change for the world. I will forever be grateful to you for bringing me on this journey with you, for paving the way for all of us, and for setting the bar high as our fearless leader. I feel like our journey is just beginning, and what an amazing, blessed life that we get to experience together. I love you so much. Thank you for being the sister I never had.
Oh, you too.
And to Mindy. Mindy, you are such a bright light and inspirational role model for so many of us in this room today and throughout Arbonne. I'll never forget meeting you for the first time at one of my very first DAs, and I was so nervous to come up and talk to you because you were a VP. but you were always so kind and just greeted me so graciously, and you had no clue who I was. But I just want to thank you for paving the way, for guiding us, for believing in all of us, for being a servant leader, and for showing us all what's possible. We truly have the best upline ever, and we love you so much. Big picture. Sorry. Okay, so we're gonna wrap this up and we're gonna have a little fun now and we're gonna do our raffle. So go ahead and get your raffle tickets out. And Travis, you wanna come help? Lots of good stuff up here. My tickets. Okay, Travis, who's the first
What numbers are we calling?
lucky winner? Oh, and if you win, you have to shout out, "I love Arbonne."
The winning number is 08056.
Jill Cheevers back there.
What are we battling?
Oh, they get to, you get to.
You can pick, yeah. So you get to pick anything you want. Let Mindy help you.
The next winning number is 080533. The next winning number is 080322. The next ticket is 080585. I never actually got to speak on my before. So I'm kind of nervous right now. You guys here? Halfway there. 8. Wait, what? Cancel that. I'm getting the numbers mixed up.
He loves it.
080118. Yay.
Yes, Krista. 080455.
What number is that? 6?
You want to call it?
Yes.
Wait. You were
There's 10. Okay, go. Let it just go. 4 left. Okay, so we have 3 more. We're gonna let him do 1 more, and then you do 1 more. Okay, no fighting. Is that the way to go?
The next ticket is 080112. I don't think that is a number.
Hey.
Settle down.
I really love Arbonne. Let's do it again. Very well. Yes. Number 2. You're on a roll. Chris is a brand new consultant who just signed up last week.
Congratulations for winning a 2 times free.
Okay, 2 more. Okay. Here, this is the last one. The winning ticket.
There are 2 more tickets. 80. Why do we keep on doing that? 080245.
The numbers. You just have to pick one.
Well, can you take this? On the ground. Yay!
1 more.
The last ticket. 808. I keep on getting the numbers mixed up because switching the 8 place with the 0 place. Who ordered these tickets anyway?
Did you call it out?
Mom, did you order these tickets? Because they're super confusing. Can the first numbers not be the same next time?
I know. Just
0, 8. Did I mess it up?
no.
Okay, the last number is 080778.
778.
Congratulations! And that was the raffle, and thank you for participating in this event.
Travis, would you like to join my team when you turn 18 years old?
Absolutely!
Okay, you guys, well, we're going to wrap it up. Thank you guys so much for coming. Stay if you have any questions. Grab a drink, get some more food. And thank you guys so much for coming. Love you guys.